Okay, we will talk about the movement. Movement is the ability of living organism to change its position from one place to another. One place to another. It's a movement. Movement is a character that distinguishes living organisms from non-living things. How? Non-living things can't move, like trees. Can't move from one place to another, right? But human, animals, and all living organisms can move from one place to another using a system in their bodies. What is the system? What is the system? It's the locomotory system. Locomotory system. What is the locomotory system? Locomotory system consists of two systems: skeletal system and muscular system. Skeletal system and muscular system. What is the skeletal system? Skeletal system is the bones in your body. You have bones, right? Bones help you to move, but bones only can't make you move. It uses muscles. Bones and muscles work together to move you from one place to another. So we said locomotory system consists of two major systems. What is the two major systems? Skeletal system and muscular system. Skeletal system and muscular system. Skeletal system and muscular system. We will talk about the skeletal system and study it. Skeletal system, we will divide it into two systems or two skeletons. The first skeleton is the axial skeleton. Axial skeleton. And the second is appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Repeat, please. Axial, appendicular. Axial, appendicular. Axial skeleton consists of three parts. Three parts. So, axial skeleton, it consists of three parts: skull, backbone, and rib cage. So, we have three parts in the axial skeleton. What is the three parts of axial skeleton? Skull, backbone, and rib cage. Skull, backbone, and rib cage. What about the skull? Skull is a bony box which protects the brain. Skull is a bony box which protects the brain. Skull protects the brain. So if I ask you about the function of skull, you tell me it's protect the brain. Protect the brain. Skull is a bony box that contains cavities. For eyes, ears, and nose. Eyes, ears, and nose. Eyes, ears, and nose. So, skull is a bony box that contains cavities. Bony box that contain cavities. Cavities for what? For eyes, nose, and ears. Eyes, nose, and ears. And I ask about the function. You say it protects the brain. It protects the brain. The brain is inside a bony box. What is this bony box? It's the skull. It's the skull. What is its name? Skull. Okay? It's the first part of the axial skeleton. Axial skeleton. What about the second part of axial skeleton? It's the backbone. The backbone. Backbone have another name. Sorry. Backbone has another name. What is the name? It's vertebral column. Vertebral column. Vertebral column. So we have two names. What is this? Vertebral column and backbone. Vertebral column and backbone. What is the backbone? This is the backbone. You see it clearly? This is the backbone. Backbone called vertebral column. Why? Why it called vertebral column? Because it consists of 33 vertebra. 33 vertebra. 33 vertebra. How many vertebra? 33. 33. Vertebral column consists of 33 vertebrae, and it contains cartilage between vertebra. Between the vertebra and vertebra, there is cartilage. Why there is cartilage? To prevent the friction. To prevent the friction. What is the friction? During the motion, there is friction like this. Friction between bones. Friction between bones. So the cartilage prevents this friction. Prevent it to occur. Prevent it. الصوت تصوير. Okay. What is the function of backbone of vertebral column? It allows the body to bend in all directions. Allow you to bend in this direction and in this direction. Allow to bend in all directions. Yasin, what is your question? Write your question, please, Yasin. Yasin Hisham, write your question. I will say it again. Vertebral column or backbone. Vertebral column or backbone. It's the second part of axial skeleton. What is the vertebral column? It's the axis. It's the axis of your body. It's the axis of the skeleton. It's the axis of the skeleton. Miss, can I? Yes, ask Ether. If I ask you about the backbone, I can ask, it's something that represents the axis of the skeleton. Something that represents the axis of the skeleton. What is the axis of the skeleton? It's the backbone or vertebral column. Do you mean the vertebra prevents the... Yes. No. The vertebra doesn't prevent the friction, but the cartilage between the vertebra is the vertebra. Sorry. Vertebra and vertebra, there is cartilage between them. Cartilage between them. Cartilage prevent the friction. Prevent the friction. Cartilage prevent the friction. If there is vertebra and vertebra without cartilage between them, there will be friction between them. There will be friction. You can't move freely, okay? Yasin, I mute everyone. You can write. You can write your question. Okay? Cartilage between vertebra. Cartilage is between vertebra. What is the function of cartilage? It prevents the friction during motion. It prevents the friction during motion. There is no friction if there is cartilage. There is no friction. Okay? How many vertebrae in the vertebral column? It's 33 vertebra. It's 33 vertebra. 33 vertebra. And vertebral column is the axis of the skeleton. The axis of the skeleton. The axis of the skeleton. If I ask about the axis of the skeleton, you say vertebral column or backbone. Vertebral column or backbone. Okay, what is the function of the backbone? Mazen Sharif, what is your question? What is your question? Okay, we will say the function of backbone. What is the function of your backbone? It allows you to bend in all directions. It allows you to bend in all direction, bend in all direction, to bend in all direction, and protect the spinal cord. We said before, the spinal cord is inside the backbone, right? So the backbone protect the spinal cord. The backbone protect the spinal cord, like the skull protect the brain. Like the skull protects the brain, the backbone protects the spinal cord. Asir, what will happen to the vertebra if there was friction between them? You can't you can't move freely, Asir. Okay? And the vertebra will be harmed. Can I ask? Yes, Aiz. Okay, we talk about the axial skeleton. The axial skeleton. We talk about the skull and backbone. Skull and backbone. What is the third part? The third part is the rib cage. Rib cage. Rib cage. Where is the rib cage? This is the rib cage. The rib cage. The rib cage. Is it clear? Rib cage is here. This is the rib cage. Rib cage. Okay? Rib cage is protect your heart and lungs. Your heart and lungs in this area, right? So the rib cage protect your heart and lungs. You protect your heart and lungs. Protect your heart and lungs. What is its name? Rib cage. Again, rib cage. Rib cage. Rib cage. Okay? Rib cage, this rib cage consists of 12 rib, 12 rib, 12 rib, 12 rib or 12 pairs of rib, sorry, 12 pairs of rib, 12 pairs of rib. If the question asks about ribs, it will be 24 ribs. But if it asks about pairs, it's 12 pairs, but it's 24 rep, 24 rep, 24 rep. If I ask about pairs, it's 12. It's 12. If I ask about reps only, it's 24, 24 reps. Thank you, Adam. The first 10 pairs of the rib cage, 10 pairs, it's 20 rep, okay? The first 10 reps is connected to the breastbone, The first 10 reps of the rib cage is connected to the breastbone. Your breastbone called sternum. Repeat, please. Sternum. The first 10 pairs of rib cage reps is connected to the sternum. We have 2 pairs is free, not connected to the sternum, right? 2 pairs equal 4 reps. If I ask you about the free reps in your rib cage, it's 4 reps and 2 pairs. 2 pairs equal 4 reps. 2 pairs equal 4 reps. Okay? Is it clear? Rib cage also help you to breathe. Third between vertebra. Adam Hussein, cartilage between vertebra. I will say cartilage between vertebra prevent the friction during motion. Okay. The function of rib cage. Ahmed Mitwalli, ask without a permission. Just ask, okay? Ask. What is the function of rib cage? Rib cage protect your heart and lungs. Lungs. They are in this area. And the rib cage protect them. Protect heart and lungs. Okay, rib cage protect heart and lungs is the first function. The second function is the rib cage help you to breathe. Help you to breathe. Uh, Observe your breathing. While inhalation, your chest increase in size. Try to inhale, your chest increase in size, right? And during exhalation, it decrease in size. It decrease in size. So the size of rib cage is a change, right? Change to help you to inhale and exhale. Help you to inhale and exhale. It help you to breathe. It help you to breathe. It help you to breathe. Okay, I will recap quickly. The axial skeleton. Axial skeleton. Axial skeleton consists of three main parts. Three main parts. Three main parts. Skull, backbone, and rib cage. Skull, backbone, rib cage. Skull, backbone, and rib cage. Skull, backbone, and rib cage. Okay? Skull, it's a bony box, contain cavities. Bony box contain cavities. Cavities for what? For eyes, nose, and ears. Eyes, nose, and ears. What is the function of a skull? What is the function of skull? It protects the brain. It protects the brain. It protects the brain. The second part of the axial skeleton is the backbone. Backbone or vertebral column. Backbone or vertebral column. It's the axis of the skeleton. It's the axis of the skeleton. Okay, what is the axis of the skeleton? Backbone. What is the axis of the skeleton? Backbone. Backbone consists of 33 vertebrae. Consists of 33 vertebrae. 33 vertebrae. 33 vertebra. What is between the vertebra? There is cartilage. What is between the vertebra? Cartilage. What is the function of this cartilage? If there is a vertebra and this is a vertebra, cartilage is here, like a sandwich, okay? Vertebra and vertebra, there is the cartilage. What is the function of cartilage? What is the function of cartilage? It prevents the friction between vertebra. It prevents the friction between vertebra. Prevent the friction between vertebra. What is the function of backbone? Backbone. The backbone function, it allow you to bend in different direction. Allow you to bend in different direction. Allow you to bend in different direction. And it protects the spinal cord. It protects the spinal cord. As the spinal cord is here inside the backbone. Inside the backbone. So the backbone protects your spinal cord. The third part of axial skeleton is the rib cage. Rib cage. Rib cage. Rib cage consists of 12 pairs of ribs. 12 pairs of ribs. 12 pairs of ribs. If there is no pair, word pair is not included in the question, you will say 24 reps. 24 reps. 24 reps. How many reps is connected to the sternum? How many reps is connected to the sternum? Connected to the sternum, the first 10 reps. The first 10 pairs of reps. The first 10 pairs of reps equal 20 reps. 20 reps. 20 reps. How many reps is free, not connected to the sternum? Just 2 pairs. Just 2 pairs is free, are free, not connected to the sternum. 2 pairs are free, not connected to the sternum. Not connected to the sternum, just 2 pairs, which equal 4 reps. 4 reps. 4 reps. How many reps are free? Write in the chat, how many reps are free? 4 reps. How many pairs? How many pairs of reps are free? 2. Excellent. How many vertebra of the vertebral column? How many vertebra? No, not 3. How many vertebra? 33. 33 vertebra. Excellent. 33 vertebra. 33 vertebra. This is the axial skeleton. Sorry. We finished the axial skeleton and we will talk about the appendicular skeleton. Appendicular skeleton. Appendicular skeleton. What is the appendicular skeleton? Appendicular skeleton consists of 2 parts. Bones of upper limb and bones of lower limb. Bones of upper limb and bones of lower limb. Bones of upper limb and bones of lower limb. What is the bones of our limb? We have 3 bones. Humerus, forearm, hand, bones. Humerus, this is your humerus. And this is forearm. This is your hand bones. We have 3 bones. Humerus, forearm, hand, bone. Humerus, forearm, hand, bones. Humerus, forearm, hand, bones. They are connected to the shoulder bone. They are connected to the shoulder bone. If the picture is clear, this is the shoulder bone connected to humerus and forearm and hand bones, to the bones of upper limb. Bones of our upper limb. What is the bones of upper limb? It's humerus, forearm, hand, bones. Humerus, forearm, hand, bones. Humerus, forearm, hand, bones. They are connected to shoulder bones. They are connected to shoulder bones. They are connected to shoulder bones. Okay? What is the function of upper limb bones? What are you doing with your upper limb bones? You eat. You use them to eat, to drink, right? To writing. You use it in writing, drinking, eating, holding things, right? Yep. The function of upper limbs is writing, eating, drinking, holding things. Writing, eating, holding things, and drinking. Okay? It's the appendicular skeleton. Appendicular skeleton. Appendicular skeleton consists of 2. Upper limb and lower limb. Upper limb and lower limb. We talk about the upper limb. Upper limb consists of 3 bones, which are humerus, forearm, hand, bones. Humerus, forearm, hand, bones. Humerus, forearm, hand, bones. Sorry. احنا ممكن نطول الوقت شوية ولا لازم نعمل ميتنج الأول؟ And what about the bones of lower limb? Lower limb. They are 3 bones, which are femur, shaft, and foot bones. Femur, shaft, foot bones. Femur, shaft, foot bones. They are connected to pelvic bones. They are connected to pelvic bones. They are connected to pelvic bones. Femur, shaft, and foot bones connected to pelvic bones. Connected to pelvic bones. Connected to pelvic bones. It's the lower limb bones. Lower limb bones. Femur, shaft, and foot bones. Femur, shaft, and foot bones. They are connected to pelvic bones. They are connected to pelvic bones. Okay? What is the function of the lower limb? The function of lower limb, it allows you walking and running, standing, carrying the rest of the body. Malik, nerve cells axon is not included here, okay? We talk about the lower limb, which consists of femur, shaft, and foot bones, okay? They allow you to walk, to run, to stand, and carry the rest of the body. To carry the rest of the body. To carry the rest of the body. Okay? Appendicular skeleton. Appendicular skeleton consists of upper limb bones and lower limb bones. Upper limb bones and lower limb bones. Okay? We finished the axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. But between the bones, there is something to allow you move. What is this thing? It's a joint. The joint. The joint. What is the name? Joint. What its name? Joint. What its name? Joint. What is the joint? It's the location at which bones meet each other. There is a bone and a bone. They meet each other with joint. Joint allow you to make this. Okay, without joint, you can't move your bones. You can't move your bones because joint allow the movement between bones. Allow the movement between bones. Allow the movement between bones. There's 3 types of joints. 3 types of joints. The first one is immovable. Immovable. The second one, slightly movable. Slightly movable. The third one, freely movable joint. Freely movable. يبقى immovable, slightly movable, freely movable. Immovable means there is no move. It don't allow any movement. Don't allow any movement. There is no movement in the immovable joints. Like your skull bone. Can you move your skull? Can you move your skull bones? No. Right? You can move your skull bones because there is immovable joints. Immovable joints. Immovable joints. Immovable joints. What is the immovable joints? They don't allow any movement. They don't allow any movement. They don't allow any movement. It's called immovable joints. Immovable joints. Immovable joints. Example for immovable joints. Bones of a skull. It's between bones of skull. The second type of joints is slightly movable joints. Slightly movable joints. Slightly movable joints. Slightly movable joints allow movement, but in one direction only. In one direction only. Allow movement, right? Allow movement, but in one direction only. Like your knee and elbow. Your knee and elbow. It allow movement in only one direction. Try to move your elbow. It only one direction movement, right? Elbow and knee. Elbow and knee. Slightly movable joints. Slightly movable joints. The third joint is freely movable joint. Freely movable joint. Freely movable joint. What is the meaning of freely movable? It allow movement in all direction. It allow movement in all direction. It allow movement in all direction. Like what? Like your shoulder. Try to move your shoulder. It can move in all direction, right? Try to move your wrist. It can move in all direction, right? Your wrist move in all direction because this joint is called freely movable joint. Freely movable joint. Freely movable joint. And ankle in your foot. You can move your foot in all direction, right? Because there is freely movable joint. And thigh joint or hip joint. Thigh joint or hip joint. It's freely movable joint. Okay, I will slightly freely movable. Immovable joints, which are no movement. Don't allow any movement. Don't allow any movement. Example, the skull. The skull, you can't move your skull, right? You can't move your skull bones, right? And the second one is slightly movable. Allow movable, but just in one direction. Just in one direction. Like what? Like your knee and elbow. Your knee and elbow. This elbow allow the movement in only one direction. The third one, freely movable joints. Freely movable joints. From its name, freely. So it allow movement in all direction. It allow movement in all direction. For example, shoulder, thigh or hip joints, ankle and wrist. Ankle and wrist. If there is no joints between bones, there is no joints between bones, you can't move your bones. You can't move your bones. You will, your finger will be this. You can't make this. Okay? You can't move your bones. You can't move your bones. I will say an example and you will say it's immovable joint or slightly movable or freely movable, okay? Skull. Skull is a movable joint or slightly movable or freely movable? Immovable. Excellent. There is no space. Safe. There is no space. Immovable is one word. Okay? One word. Elbow. Elbow. Elbow is slightly movable because elbow allow movement in one direction only. Allow movement in one direction only. What about rest? Rest. Freely movable. Freely movable. Excellent. Thank you. حابين ان انا اعيد على جزء معين؟ Axial and appendicular. Okay, and we talked about joints. Joints which are immovable, slightly movable, freely movable. Immovable, slightly movable, freely movable. There is any question? Any question? Thank you.